Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Rotz Report. I do believe it's number 30. Um, I'm your co-host, Matty. Along with me, as usual, is our co-host and our usual panel, the Ohio showstopper himself, Christopher Ross. How are you?
I am doing good, everybody. It's good to be here. It's good to be seen. And I'm spending my Friday night with you guys. It's gonna be a fun, it's gonna be an enjoyable time. I'm ready to talk to you guys all about wrestling. Always say yeah to NoDQ.com. Follow Wrestling Pedigree on all social medias. And I want to give a shout out to my best co-host Maddie for doing an excellent job on interviewing Luke Menzies, aka Ridge Holland. You did a good job, buddy. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much for that. Also with us today is the Welsh Scorpion himself, because I say as much because he's on the border. Lewis Joshua, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing great, lads. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you're watching from around the world. I just want to first and foremost say it's always a pleasure to be on here with you, gents. As always, let's talk about the thing we love, which is wrestling. Let's have a good show, lads.
Absolutely. Um, when we do this show, we're filming this. Obviously, we're live at the moment, but if you're listening to this on your podcast, um, we're, we're doing this on a Friday night. We're about 2 hours before Smackdown. I want to get into it first on the Smackdown. I'm going to change up a little bit. Tonight on Smackdown, we have two new debuts. I hope there's actually two. Chris, I want to start with you. What are we going to see with Blake Monroe tonight?
Well, hopefully we get Blake Monroe in action tonight, or she might be still hyping her up with like promo packages. But I'm looking forward on Blake Monroe, and hopefully they can build her up just slowly before going to that main title stage. So I would put her in a feud for the women's United States Championship picture first, and then see how she does, and then immediately after she gets done with the women's United States Championship, go for the main title, and that is the women's championship.
Um, Obviously, we're live on Facebook and YouTube. If you're listening to this on a podcast, I just want to let you know that Lewis Joshua changed wardrobe mid sentence. Um, you gotta love that shit, dude. Lewis, what's your take? What do you expect from Blake Monroe tonight if she appears?
If she appears, which I assume will be her debut night on SmackDown,
Mm-hmm.
I actually think she'll win a few matches, and then I reckon she'll be targeting one of the women's titles. I really, really do. Because if you ask me, Blake Monroe deserves this moment. She's a phenomenal athlete. She's a phenomenal wrestler, and I say all the best to her. For people who out there who've not really seen Blake Monroe in action in a wrestling ring, trust me, she is one to watch. She is absolutely phenomenal. And I can actually see her being a future WWE Women's Champion. She's brilliant. I really like her.
Ross, who would you look like? Lewis just said there, title shots. Could we see a Blake Monroe versus a Rhea Ripley soon, or would you say Blake versus Tiffany for the US?
I would prefer having Blake versus Tiffany first instead of hot shotting Blake Monroe to Rhea Ripley. So I would just keep her in the mid-card division for right now and then go to the main event scene down the road.
Also, tonight, which has been advertised, is Ricky Saints. Lewis, what do you expect from Ricky Saints tonight?
I don't know, because I'm not really a big follower of Ricky Saints. But I think with me, in my opinion, I think it's a kind of situation where you'll have to wait and see where it leads with Ricky Saints. But other than that, that's all I've got on Ricky Saints, to be fair.
Yeah, that's no worries. Rotz, where do you see Ricky Saints being tonight? Is he going to be face? Is he going to be heel? Who's he going to face?
I don't know what's going to be happening, but I feel he's probably going to stay as a heel for now. And then eventually, if the fans start to like Ricky a lot more, then yeah, he can go being a baby face. But I want to give props to Ricky Saints because he put over Shiloh Hill this past Tuesday on NXT. And I feel Shiloh Hill is going to be the next face of NXT in years to come. With Ricky Saints, the future looks bright for him on Friday Night Smackdown, and I just can't wait to get into the absolute era on Friday nights from here on out. And potentially, I see Ricky Saints going after the United States Championship down the road.
Oh, Saints versus Turkey. I think they're going to turn Ricky face. I think it's going to be Saints versus Mr. Toxic himself, Kit Wilson. I think they're going to push that rocket. So we got Obafemi on Raw, and we got it was a big face. I think Roman Reigns is going to turn heel, or Jacob's going to turn heel. So that'd be the big heel on SmackDown, on Raw, along with Gunther. On SmackDown, you got really good heels, like the Orton situations and Tricky. But for a really big face, apart from like lower than Cody, Ricky Saints could do that. And I think if you give us someone like Kit Wilson first, I feel they're going to strap that rocket behind Ricky. And like you said, I think it'll be mid-card title first. And I could see him versus Tripp Williams, SummerSlam. But yeah, I look forward to his debut. I think I look forward to his debut more than Blake's, but that's because I know it pisses you off, Rotz. Also, that's the sort of SmackDown thing. Let's turn it back to Monday Night Raw. We both watched Monday Night. All three of us watched Monday Night Raw on our watch along on Monday. Lewis, what was your reaction of Jacob Fatu getting the better of Roman Reigns?
My reaction was, I sat there and I was laughing my head off. Because this is the thing with the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu. You don't know what person you're going to get. 1 minute, he can be like, nah, I don't want to fight. And then the next minute, if he's serious about something, like, example, if like when he said, I don't want that title, I need that title. And Roman was trying to basically say, oh, you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that, you will acknowledge me. And then all of a sudden, Jacob Fatu sticks his fingers down Roman's throat. And I'm like, okay, we got a fight on our hands. But I think this is growing into a really good segment, in my honest opinion, between these two. And I reckon it's going to be a hell of a match at Backlash. I really, really do.
Do you feel this will last longer, Lewis, than just Backlash?
Yes. I think this could go all the way up into SummerSlam. I really, really do.
Wow, that's a hell of a call. Mr. OTC, number one. What's your take?
My take on it is what Jacob Fatu did to Roman Reigns and sticking his fingers down his throat. I have not seen that side of Jacob Fatu in a very long time. And it needed to come out on Monday because the whole story with this match is if Jacob loses to Roman, he has to acknowledge him after this match. And I'm going to be on my edge of my seat come next Saturday night at WWE Backlash, where I'm watching Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, because this is going to be a bloodline generational match of all time. We got Roman, we got Jacob. Are we going to get the Usos involved? I think the Usos will get involved. Maybe Jacob Fatu can call up another bloodline member to help him out in a way. And what would be a better bloodline member to help him out is what if we get Zilla Fatu? Everybody's been speculating when is Zilla going to come to WWE. I would personally feel Zilla could make an appearance at Backlash, or Zilla might wait a while until after he gets done over in the Indies before getting signed to WWE. But I feel like there's still legs to Roman and Jacob, where it culminated Backlash, maybe, or time would just tell. But I feel this match next Saturday is going to be a good, solid match.
When Monday Night Raw finished, WWE showed a video of Jacob in a locker room, and he's on the phone. He's on the like the mobile, like the phone call. It's kind of similar to Randy Orton's bit, but we don't know who's on there on the other line. But it does sound like a bloodline. Now it could be what you said, Zilla. It could be the MFT. I just feel I agree with Lewis though. This could last up to SummerSlam, but next week at Backlash, it ain't gonna. It's definitely ain't gonna finish there. I can see your Roman and the Usos being heels, and yeah, this feud and the way he grabbed his throat and everything else like that, it was. I haven't seen that kind of Jacob Fatu since MLW. So I really look forward to what Jacob does. I think they're just gonna let him off the leash now and just let Jacob be Jacob because that Jacob makes money and entertainment. Rotz, what's your take on the Judgment Day with Finn and Roxanne?
My take on Finn and Roxanne, I'm going to be totally honest. Finn Balor brought Roxanne Perez into the Judgment Day, and Roxanne Perez is still a part of the Judgment Day. I just feel, and I'm going to be telling you guys this, I think Roxanne Perez is going to turn on the Judgment Day and align herself with Finn Balor to try to take down the Judgment Day, because I personally feel Roxanne Perez wants a Women's World Championship opportunity. Raquel Rodriguez wants a Women's World Championship opportunity. So I feel those two are going to turn, and that's it. It's going to be the downfall of the Judgment Day, and the Judgment Day is going to be no more. But I'm just waiting for the Judgment Day just to explode and they're done as a unit.
Lewis, what's your take on the Judgment Day? Do you feel Finn and Roxanne will be a partnership in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, I really feel the same, to be fair. I think, I don't know, like, at one of the pay-per-view events this year, I feel Liv's going to be in one of the pay-per-view events this year, putting her title on the line. She's going to retain, and then she's going to think everything's all hunky-dory with Roxanne Perez. And then Roxanne will end up attacking her either from behind or when Liv's hurt after successfully defending her title. And then Roxanne Perez will stand over the top of Liv's body, holding up the title as if to say, I'm coming for it.
That's a take. That is a take. I feel at Backlash, either Liv is going to turn on Roxanne or Roxanne is going to turn on Liv. Steffi Parker is out for the foreseeable future, so unfortunately we don't get a rematch, but we will in the coming months when she's ready to come back with a shoulder injury. Lewis, what's your take on Alba Femi Open Challenge?
Good luck to whoever answers that call.
Is there anyone in particular you want to see?
Anyone in particular I'd love to see have an open challenge with Oba. Oh, mate, that's a tough one, that. Ooh, I don't know.
One of them in my head, and if they do the cross brand in my head, is Royce Keys. It'll end in a double DQ or anything like that, but it'll be a good taster of what's to come because these two will face each other in the near future for sure.
Well, I'm not sure who would answer his open challenge, but I've just got to quickly say about Obafemi. The dude's awesome. That you cannot hate him. He's a phenomenal wrestler. He's an all-round good guy, even outside the ring too. And he's I just think, in my opinion, he's brilliant for the business. He's a breath of fresh air, man. He really is. I love the dude. I really love the dude. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if near the end of 2026 or in 2027, you see a new world heavyweight champion, Obafemi.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Rotz, your take on the Obafemi open challenge?
I'm going to tell you guys, whoever answers that open challenge to Obafemi, they better be saying their prayers early because they don't know what they're going to get themselves into. But I feel with this open challenge, they're going to continue building Obafemi up during the summer. And I'm going to give you guys a hot take here. When they announce the King and Queen of the Ring tournament, this year's 2026 King of the Ring winner is going to be Obafemi. Obafemi is going to win the King of the Ring. And if you win the King of the Ring, you go on to SummerSlam to challenge for the World Championship. I think SummerSlam, we're going to get the OTC Roman Reigns versus the ruler Obafemi for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. Because Roman called out the ruler during the post show at WrestleMania, and also Obafemi did the exact same thing and called out the OTC. I feel that's the SummerSlam match. But you asked about who do I see answer the open challenge. He faced him once. He faced him twice. Can a third time finally be the charm. I'm going to go with the youngest OG on Monday Night Raw history, Javon Evans.
Oh, that's a take. I'm gonna throw it back to NXT. Bruce, obviously they've had a little mini rivalry with Rusev, but I wouldn't mind seeing one more match. But a returning Sheamus will be good. Yeah, just anyone. I mean, Alba versus Penta will be a great match. I'm gonna leave NXT to last. Lewis, am I right in saying you missed AEW Dynamite this week? So there'll be a quick question to Rotz, just one. What's your take, Rotz, of Will Ospreay and the Death Riders storyline?
It's intriguing because is Will Ospreay going to join the Death Riders and become a heel? I just feel the Death Riders are helping Will Ospreay find himself again and be that killer instincts once again. And I truly believe that Will Ospreay, and I'm going to be saying this until I'm blue in the face, Will Ospreay is going to be the world championship. And I pray to God I see it on August 30th at All in London. Will Ospreay finally becomes the world championship. And I hope the destination is there for him to win it.
I hope so, because obviously, like I say, I'm going to that event. I really hope. I really hope I see that. I don't know where Lewis is on that one, but let's get into NXT. There's areas. I want to get into NXT. Multiple surprises and great matches. But Ross, what's your take on Ray Leverkusen, but now it's known as Lizzie Rain?
I'm going to tell you, Lizzie Rain, she impressed me this Tuesday when she defeated Nikita Lyons. She's talented, and she's going to have a bright future ahead of her. I feel it's going to be a slow burn with going. I prefer Lizzie going for the mid-carders and then go straight to the main event title scene, but it's going to be good to see Lizzie in NXT. And NXT is all about the future, and the future is now in professional wrestling.
Absolutely. Lewis, what's your take on Lizzie Rain?
I have heard of her, but my take, in my honest opinion, I think she's a future champion in my eyes.
I agree on that one.
I've not watched her like full matches, but I have seen highlights, and I've got to say, for a show that I don't really watch like NXT, she is a freaking awesome superstar. I like her. I think she's good for business. And one day I would love to see her come to Smackdown or Raw. I really would.
I think a lot of people would. I watch Lizzie Rain, formerly known as Ray Leverkusen, many times. In my hometown, Bristol, for Pro Wrestling Chaos. I've seen her in Progress Wrestling. I've seen her up and down the country. She is one unique wrestler. And Ribshot has got her spot on here. She's got such a unique look. She's got her Uncle Terry, who's a former band member, popular band member. literally, her entrance was awesome. I know her moveset is brilliant, but you could tell WWE are putting a lot of stock behind her from her entrance and everything and the build up. So I really, really look forward to what she could do, because if you're like me and love British Indies, we know what she can do, and if it's on the main roster, she's got to bring it tenfold. Another one interested me on NXT, and I'm a massive fan of his. No one did expect it. I definitely did expect it when I watched it. He's big, he's bad. He'll body slam your dad, Will Cruz. Rotz, you saw him come in. They say he's a fan, but he was definitely not a fan. What's your take on Will Cruz?
Is his name Will Cross?
Cruz.
Will Cruz?
No, you just Americans just mispronounce it. I mispronounce a lot of fucking names. It's Cruz. Cross is if you had two S's.
So Will Cruz. Okay.
Will Cruz.
I'm gonna be honest, I just don't know much about him. So hopefully he does good in NXT.
I will send you a video that I did. Where I saw other people doing it and I put it together. I will send it to you and you will see what shit he could do. I think WWE will lower his moveset a little bit, but the guy can moonsault. The guy could. I always think I compare Will Cruz is a mix. It's a mixture of DNA of someone like Bam Bam Bigelow and Vader mixed with Rey Mysterio. He could be a high flyer. He could be a bruiser. He could be a brawler, technical. The guy is freaking talented, and I'm so happy for him to get called up. Lewis, have you seen Will Cruz?
I've heard of him, but I'd have to watch some highlights of him.
That's fine. I think a lot of Americans have seen a lot of highlights of Will Cruz in the last couple of days. So yeah, I'll send a picture to send you a video also. Rotz, I think there's an evil man in NXT now, isn't there? What's your take?
I'm happy that Evil is in WWE. The rumors are true. He's a former IWGP wrestler, and I could be mistakenly, but is he married to Io Sky?
Do not know.
But if so, that's good. But with Evil coming to WWE, he is going to be doing some wonders over there.
He's engaged.
He's engaged?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to tell you, when I saw the box last week on NXT, I says, okay, this is a unique box. I'm wondering who it is. And when I saw Evil, I just said, oh my gosh, the rumors were definitely true. I feel he could be going for the NXT championship and taking that title off of Tony D. So we're just going to have to wait and see how Evil and Tony D come together.
Absolutely. That's all of this week's wrestling. I'll go on then, Lewis. Did you pick your hand up? Did you want to talk about evil? It could be very evil. All right. Let's get it. I gave these two a mission. Although I mispronounced the mission to Rotz more than anyone else. I technically said top 10, but I meant to say top 5. Your top 5 GMs of all time in WWE. Now I can tell what's Lewis's number 1, but because you did the list, Rotz, from 10 to 1. What's your 10 to 6?
Well, I got my list right here. So my number 10 is Vicky Guerrero. And the reason I put Vicky is because I couldn't stand her at the time.
Excuse me.
That voice drive me absolutely crazy.
I'm very surprised you put it 10. I'm very surprised you put it 10.
My number 9 is the anonymous Raw general manager. I enjoyed the computer stuff, what they were doing with Monday Night Raw back in the day, like 2010, 2011. That was crazy.
Do you know who was the anonymous GM?
Was it Brad Maddox at the time?
Nah, it was Hornswoggle.
Oh, Hornswoggle. My number 8 is the current SmackDown general manager, Nick Aldis.
That's a fair shot.
My number 7, AJ Lee.
Oh, of course he did. That was the most like how she like. Do you remember how she got revealed to be the GM?
It was due to a wedding with her and Daniel Bryan Danielson. They're the exact same person. And The Rock showed up. It was the Raw 1000 episode.
Yeah. McMahon came out and said you had to stop this, and he announced that AJ Lee was the GM, and then The Rock come out and they're doing the do like lumberjack goat. Yeah, that was such a great reveal. And what was that? AJ Lee was number 7?
Yes, and my number 6 is the current Monday Night Raw general manager, Adam Pearce.
Wow, that's official for you. I like Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce's attitude for me when he's there is kind of like me. If someone pisses you off, you just say, "Oh, I need a drink." All right. As you gave us your 10 to 6, Lewis, what is your number 5? Just your number 5, GM.
I'm not actually sure if he ever became a GM, but if I had to choose, you'll have to bear with me if I'm wrong, but then I'll think of another one. Who was also known as Dude Love, Cactus Jack, and then Mankind.
Oh, you are on a thing. He was a commissioner. Oh, no, he was a GM, wasn't he? He was a GM. Yeah, he was a GM with Stephanie, wasn't he? Like, Stephanie was the commissioner. He was a GM. Oh, that's not a bad shout, dude. He was fun when he was there. Him versus Daniel Bryan, because Daniel Bryan was the GM there.
And it just kind of made me laugh. On the one show when Triple H was going up to him whinging, and he was being like, "I was robbed of my title. If it wasn't for the Undertaker coming down." and then Mick Foley looked at him like that, and Mick Foley went, "Whoa! Who's the GM here? Me or you?" Yeah, that's what I thought. When you're deserving of another title shot, I will determine it. And to determine you're going to be in for another title shot, you're going to be in a one-on-one match against The Undertaker's brother, Kane, live tonight. And Triple H was like, "What? This is in my head."
I'm not. I think you're confused with him being a commissioner in 2000.
Was I?
Yeah. However, Mick Foley was the GM. Only reason because of that, Undertaker was not there part-time, Kane was not there part-time, and Triple H was just the boss. But I agree with you. Mick Foley actually was a really good one, because that is a great pick. Because him and Stephanie's chemistry was freaking awesome, and no one could intimidate Mick Foley. I think he got fired quite quickly, though. I think it was around Survivor Series. My top 5, and this is my number 5. I going to surprise a lot of people out. Mine was Paul Heyman. He was a total prick on SmackDown. He was like power mad. I think it's 2003 until 2005. So yeah, it was I loved that period. Him and Undertaker having a rivalry, and Paul and Brock dominating. Bit of 2004 wasn't really good. So yeah, for my number 5 was Paul Heyman. Rotz, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Eric Bischoff.
You put Eric at number 5?
Yes,
Why is
I
that?
did.
Why number 5?
Because at the time, I remember Eric Bischoff when I was watching wrestling in 2005. So that's why I put him in number 5. And he did a good job on being the general manager for Monday Night Raw at the time.
For 4 years, dude. That's one of the longest GMs, though. I think Adam and Nick are getting there, but yeah, I loved Eric as a GM. Lewis, you're number 4.
I'm not actually sure if he was or
What decade you're in?
if he was for a little bit. But when he returned in 2001 to partner his sister Stephanie as one of the managers of WCW and ECW, Shane O'Mac.
He was never a GM.
Oh, he's a GM, was he? No.
He was never a GM. He was a commissioner, but never a GM.
Oh, okay. All right, then. In that case, at number 4, yeah, I'm gonna go with yeah, I'll go with what's his name? Eric Bischoff at number 4.
That's a good pick. Rotz, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Booker T.
Really? Because Vic Joseph said he is the worst general manager of SmackDown.
Hey, he did a good job. Was he the SmackDown general manager back in 2011 or 2012?
2011.
2011. So yeah, he did a good job for Friday Night SmackDown.
He did pretty well. I just loved the interactions. I mean, he created a shame. I think it was just Sheamus and Mark Henry best of 6 or 7. And I thought that was really good, their interactions. But I don't think people give Booker T that much credit when he was a GM. My number 4 was Stephanie McMahon. The first era SmackDown GM, I thought she was really good. She was authoritative. She walked past. Her rivalry with Bischoff made that GM spot really, really good. So, yeah, my number 4 was Stephanie. Ross, your number 3.
My number 3, and I'm going to be saying this, my number 3, he's the guy that I loved when he was down in NXT and when he announced a certain match type, I enjoyed it. And the match type was War Games. My number 3 is William Regal.
If only you had a British accent, you could be like War Games. So yeah. Yeah, William Regal, former GM of NXT, former GM of Monday Night Raw, King of the Ring while being a GM. Yeah, highly respected and obviously one of the best wrestlers, underrated wrestlers of all time. I totally understand why you got him in your top 5, especially at number 3. Lewis, your number 3.
I'm ever so sorry, but I've loved this dude since I was little. Some people hated him, but I loved him. I'll give you a clue. Money, 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 money. Ted DiBiase.
He wasn't even a GM.
Yes, he was.
He was a guest GM.
Still a GM now.
Oh, he's going to use technicalities now. He's going to use technicalities. Oh, he's using guest GMs. All right, I'll give you it. I'll give you it, you cheeky bastard.
Thank you.
Oh man, that's crazy. My number 3 is Teddy. Teddy Long. The longevity he had and everything, and the way he made matches, the way he wouldn't take no shit, and his rivalry with Undertaker and the CM Punk team. That was brilliant. So yeah, my number 3 is Teddy. Lewis, I look forward to your number 2 now. What's your GM? Here we go. It's technicality.
What? My number 2 GM?
Yes.
William Regal.
Yep. Great shout. Absolute great shout. I knew he might go British, but he went British very well. Rotz, number 2.
My number 2, he was a Smackdown general manager. And every time he says, I'm going to use a superstar's name, I'm going to use Mark Henry as an example. When he says, you're going up against The Undertaker. And then also, I'm using this in example. We have the likes of John Cena and Shawn Michaels teaming up against Batista and The Undertaker. And he always enjoys saying this match is going to be a tag team match. My number 2 is Teddy Long.
That's a great pick. I remember Teddy. I think Teddy is the only GM that had a wedding live on SmackDown. So, and that wedding didn't go that well for him. My number 2 is Vicky Guerrero. I don't know anything could be that worse than her being that such of a heel with the excuse me thing and be so hated. She has so much heat as a GM, and her relationships with Big Show, Ziggler, Edge. She made great TV as a heel GM, and I think sometimes they might need that back, in my opinion. Just put her on NXT. I think she'll be brilliant on there as a GM. Right, we're going on number 1. And I look forward to this if it's a guest GM or actual GM, and I really, really look forward to this now. So our Welsh Scorpion on the border is number 1 is
I'm not actually sure about this one, but I'm pretty sure he was. What's his bloody? That's him. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. Bobby the Brain Heenan.
He wasn't a GM.
He was a general manager.
No, he was just a manager. He wasn't a general manager.
Oh, okay. In that case, then,
and he wasn't a guest one either, so you can't use that as an excuse.
Oh, okay. So in this case, then I'm giving my number 1 to Teddy Long.
I will admit, I was suspected Teddy because you did say Teddy earlier before we came on. But yeah, I remember you saying that you were like a massive fan of Teddy.
It was just when he got into that limo the one night, and it went all dark, and then the window wound down, and all you saw was the Undertaker's face, and he looks at him, didn't he? He's like, "Buckle up, Teddy."
Oh, that was brilliant. And Teddy's face after that was brilliant. Great selling. I'll go with my number one because it's already been said. My number one is Eric Bischoff. I just thought he was just a phenomenal GM. 4 years at the post, gave us Elimination Chamber, gave us some great matches and rivalries, and him and Stone Cold together was brilliant. Rotz, you're number one.
My number one general manager of all time. He was an oracle. He was a rise man. He was an advocate, and he is a general man. He was a general manager. He is a 2024 WWE Hall of Famer, and I'm going with Paul Heyman.
Yeah. I just love that our number ones in GMs. Mine was a heel. Rotz is a heel, and Lewis is the face. That's just crazy. Yeah, I love Paul Heyman. Like I said earlier, he is obviously I put him on my top 5. One of the best GMs, obviously, but yeah, it was fun to watch him, especially in 2004. So that's mine and Lewis's top 5 and Ross's top 10. I will think of a mission for us to do next week. It will be another top 10 or top 5, but I'll let you know. So with that, we'll put a blanket on as we got probably about 45 minutes until we come back on to do the watch along. So with that, Lewis, thank you so much for joining us. Where can people find you, sir?
You can find me on the Rotz Report. You can find me on Forever Boston Sports, talking NFL, NBA, and obviously baseball as well with our good old friend Justin. Yeah, and then you can find me also doing the watch-alongs on like Raw and Smackdown with Matty and Rotz. But yeah, that's about it from me. Other than thank you, boys. This was a great show, and I can't wait to watch. I can't wait to see what happens on SmackDown in a bit.
Absolutely, thank you so much, man. Rotz, where can people find you? Because you're freaking everywhere.
Hey, I'm social media every day, but where can people find me at is on my Instagram, CMROTZ_1316. My Facebook is Christopher Rotz. My X account is CRotz24. I had a blast here on episode number 30 of Rotz Report. We are 20 more episodes away from hitting number 50, and I'm looking forward on a special Rotz Report episode number 50 down the road. I'm looking forward to that. And also, you can find us on the watch-alongs for WWE pay-per-views and etc. We'll be live tonight for Friday Night Smackdown. I'm looking forward on spending my Friday night with my fine gentlemen, with Maddie and Joshua. We're going to have a good time tonight for 3 hours of Friday Night Smackdown, and I'm looking forward to that. Trust with your mentalities. Think about the positive instead of the negative, and always enjoy life. Always enjoy professional wrestling. And let's have a blast tonight on the watch along for Friday Night Smackdown.
Absolutely. And for us here, you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. And you can find us on TikTok and other places. Anywhere that's social media, there will be us. So just type in Wrestling Pedigree and you'll see us. We have brand new interview episode with Luke Menzies, which is available now on YouTube and wherever you listen to podcasts. Definitely worth a listen as we cover everything of his career, really. And as we're in the month of May, it is worth to know that this month is mental health awareness month. So for the rest of the month, you will see us changing our logo, as you can see in the top left hand corner. You'll see this for the rest of the month. We will be doing special episodes down the line, and just to branch out and get the word out that if you're not okay, there's plenty of avenues to go down. So with that, from myself, Lewis, and Rotz, we'll see you in 45 minutes. But if you're listening to this on podcast or a repeat on YouTube, thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next week. Enjoy professional wrestling.